What's up, everybody? I am Jesse, or GameOverJesse as all of you may know me. Here with me is Kayla and Daniel for our top 5 discussion. Today we are going to be discussing 5 crazy, odd Nintendo games that could be turned into a Battle Royale style game. Just imagine 100 Marios dropping out of a plane, just like in Fortnite. And you're running around an island jumping on everyone's head as Mario. It's wacky, it's bizarre, but it's a fun discussion. So we have a list already of 3 games. Mario, Zelda, and Splatoon. And we're going to discuss how each of these 3 games could work as a Fortnite, PUBG style Battle Royale game. And then Daniel and Kayla are both going to pick their own game that they would like to see as a Battle Royale style game. We picked Splatoon because it's the closest that Nintendo has to the shooters already available with Battle Royale styles. Mario and Zelda are their 2 most popular franchises, and as you all know, we love Zelda here, so we're going to be discussing how Nintendo could magically make them into, like, how would that even work? A Zelda Battle Royale game. So we're going to be discussing that and then ending it on Kayla and Daniel's 2 unique games. So, starting our list off, Splatoon. Again,
yes,
because
the one that makes the most sense.
Yes. So, with this, as we already said, it just makes so much sense. Like, if Splatoon 2 does not release with DLC, like at next year's E3 it gets announced that it's going to have a Battle Royale style mode. We've seen Splatoon 2 finally got its first big piece of DLC, which they also used to finally reveal Smash Brothers. So if they're making such a big deal out of Splatoon to where they use it to finally announce Smash Brothers, I could see them doing at least one more big DLC pack. And honestly, I don't think it would take too much for them to create this Battle Royale style game. Like, instead of, right now it's 4-on-4 for the teams, right?
Oh, you can do 5-on-5.
5-on-5? Alright, so if it's 5-on-5 for the teams, then I think to get a true Battle Royale style game, you would at least need to get 50 players. If you can't reach the full 100, you could do at least 50. And I think Nintendo would easily be able to create a map big enough to host 10 different teams as opposed to just 2. Like right now, even, I think you could comfortably put 4 teams on some of the larger maps in Splatoon 2. Much more than that, it would feel a bit cramped. But then you would also get a lot of cool things, like if there's the red ink, the blue ink, the orange ink, the yellow ink, or whatever, then you're not just covering up one team's ink, you're covering up other team's ink. So it's like, and then other teams are trying to cover up your ink. I think it would be really crazy and really fun.
So are you thinking like a Battle Royale turf war? Because that would be crazy.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah. What if you want to do like an all-for-one Battle Royale in Splatoon?
Just splatting each other till the one is remaining?
Yeah. Heck yeah.
That's kind of how what I was thinking you meant initially when you were talking about Battle Royale.
Just like a one versus all?
Like,
I think that would probably make most sense.
50 inklings, free for all.
They could do both. Like right now in Fortnite, they have teams to where, well, they have solo. They have.
Did you just hit your elbow?
Yes, I did.
So they have solo to where it's you versus the 99 other people. They have duos to where it's you and one friend versus teams of 2. Like, so there's 50 teams of 2. And then there are squads to where it's any number of 1, 2, 3, or 4 versus any number of 1, 2, 3, and 4. And And then they just added in 50 versus 50, to where it's two giant teams of 50 fighting each other. And if Splatoon, like, in any of these, I would want to see at least 2 or 3 different modes. So, like, one for all, or like a free-for-all type thing, Battle Royale, or the teams of 4, teams of 5 against everyone. Teams of 5 would be cool, since Kayla mentioned that there was already teams of 5. For some reason, I was thinking teams of 4, but so 10 players total. I guess that makes sense. Maybe I'm just remembering the game wrong. Anyways, what kind of stuff would you like to see in this, Kayla? You touched on it briefly, but like, what would your overall thoughts on Splatoon Battle Royale DLC? And do you think it's something that could actually happen, since it is the closest Nintendo has to that type of game right now?
I think so, actually. Like, I feel like Splatoon has a really good potential for that, especially with how big it is, like Splatfest and such. Like, I feel like a lot of people would really like to do that sort of thing. My biggest thing is I would love to see skins, like, being able to play, like, different skins as, I don't know, of the other characters in the game. I don't know why, but I can't remember anyone's name in Splatoon.
No, I thought you were gonna say something.
Like, I thought of something, but I didn't want to interrupt Kayla.
Oh.
So,
oh, okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I was just going to say, like, it would be an easy cash grab. I say that as if it's a bad thing, but it's not. Like, when I say cash grab, it's something that Nintendo could do to easily get millions of dollars. But if they just released, like, different Nintendo-themed costumes, or even had Nintendo, like, third-party costumes, like in the same way that in Rocket League or these other third-party games, you can have Nintendo-themed stuff, even though they're not Nintendo games. So maybe, like, with what's the name of it? Shovel Knight is an example. If you could get Shovel Knight armor in Splatoon, to where, like, you got the blue Shovel Knight armor while you're, like, running around and stuff, like, have stuff like that, to where it's like, here's a pack of 3 or 4 costumes for $5 or $2 or whatever the price would be, and then you can just in the same way that you can get, like, different shoes and hats and stuff in the game already, just have it to where it's like, I want to dress up like Luigi, or I want to dress up like Peach, Mario, Shovel Knight,
exactly.
Castlevania characters, whoever.
Also, you would definitely need, like, a wider weapon set, I think, just because, like, they only have a couple, like, the splatter shot, the paintbrush. I don't remember.
There's a lot of different weapons. It's just the variety, like, of types is limited.
Yeah.
But you've basically got, like, automatics, melee, snipers.
Yeah.
And the dualies is the new one.
That seems to be, like, Nintendo's problem anyways. Like, in Breath of the Wild, a lot of people's issue is the lack of variety. So, like, instead of having a lot of different enemies, you have a few different types of enemies, but then those individual enemies have different types. So, like, there's the fire Lizalfos, water, thunder, whatever. And then that's the same thing in Splatoon, to where it's like, there are tons and tons of different weapons, but each of those weapons are in their own little category. So it's like, there's 6 different versions of the same weapon, and yeah. So, what are your thoughts on that, Daniel? Like, do you think it's something that you can see?
I hate them too. I don't know why everyone always goes for that one.
They're not useful. Because here's the thing, someone comes at me on a roller and they start running towards me, and I'm running backwards away from them at the same pace, so they can't catch me, and I just shoot them. It's done.
I hate the ink brush is the one that I hate the most.
Oh, yeah. Can't do it.
Because it's like a slightly
buckets
faster...
are annoying too.
I never really played with the buckets, to be honest. So
I'm trying to remember what I usually use. Was like the end zap, the one that looks like the Nintendo Zapper, or the dualies were somewhat useful. But then the rolling in the dualies, like, fundamentally is kind of the same as just swimming. But anyways, we're talking about more the Battle Royale part.
Yeah, do you think it's
I just
something
started
that could
thinking about
actually
Splatoon in general, but I'd love that. I think that would be fun. Just like, it's But like more game modes is always good. You know,
yeah,
give
exactly.
me more game. I'm fine with that. So if that was something like they ever did a Splatoon 3, and that was something they wanted to include in it, that would be okay with me.
Yeah, we have some interesting comments. Tivy Bear says, I can see Splatoon working with the Battle Royale. Maybe introduce some new weapons along with it, which is what Daniel was saying. Damien says, I hate blasters until you meet Carbon Roller.
Yeah, it's
Carbon Roller?
Yeah.
I don't...
one of the weapons.
Okay.
It's a roller, it's still annoying.
What if they did something like Star Wars Battlefront, where you grab a token and you can become one of the idols in this Splatoon Battle Royale game? What kind of idols would you become, though? Like Sunshine Mario?
Callie and Marie. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those were the names I was trying to remember. I would love to be Marie.
And then there was
Marina and Pearl and Marina were the Splatoon 2 ones.
So did you guys see the controversy with Pearl and Marina? To where like their name, like, it's a Japanese game based off the ocean or whatever, like ocean animals, where like there was some sort of radioactivity or whatever, and these squids turned into like weird squid kids or whatever the story is.
Squid
kids. What were the characters' names again?
Pearl and Marina?
Yeah, Pearl and Marina. Yeah. So Marina would be like a different word for harbor. So like Pearl Harbor.
Which is where
yeah. There was a huge controversy when it was named, because it was like Pearl Harbor, which was the place where Japan like bombed America during the World War II, and then all of the characters are like mutated, whatever. So there was a lot of people. It's like, was this purposefully named like this, or
that's not? No.
And then
I feel like it's just like digging too far into it.
Well,
like,
that's what I thought.
You actually have to change one of the characters' names for this conspiracy theory of yours to make sense.
Well, no, it wasn't
another thing where people like see something in Nintendo and they're like, "Hey, let's blow this totally out of proportion."
Yeah.
Well, I had the thought whenever I seen this, and I was like, well, it would be the translation team that would be giving them the name, like Pearl and Marina. So it would be Nintendo of America naming them that, unless the Japanese names for them are literally like whatever the translation of Pearl and Harbor is. Which,
but I thought like Marina's actually a real name. Yeah. That I know people named Marina, and
so is Pearl. I know people named Pearl.
But my point is that it's an aquatic themed name that's a real name as well. Like, I don't know. I'm just... Why, people? Why are you?
However, on the topic of it being a good Battle Royale game, as someone that, goes and works at Nintendo events, I feel like a Battle Royale would be amazing to demo. That would be just so hilarious and so much fun.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of having, like, 2 teams, it would be, like, people just all against each other. However, I felt like we had too many TVs when we were doing Splatoon 2 for events, so
I don't know. Well, did you guys have to demo it in docked mode though, so people don't wander off with the Switch?
Yeah, well, we had big TVs, so every Switch had its own TV. So we had 8 TVs hooked up, and then we had the 9th hooked up for spectator, and so everyone had.
It's a lot of power.
I know. We had the Joy-Con like slotted into the controllers.
Okay.
Gibbs in the chat says Jesse shaved.
Yes, I'm not the only one who noticed.
I didn't notice when he first came into Skype today, so I am so sorry.
Yeah,
I shaved too, but no one noticed.
Fortnite. Yes, I shaved because we won at Fortnite.
Jesse shaves, everyone starts commenting.
Yeah. No, so I guess we can move on to the next one, but what are your final thoughts on Splatoon Battle Royale?
So, of the ones
10
that
out of 10.
Got, that's the one that makes the most sense, and I can actually see it happening.
Alright.
It's only gonna get crazier from here.
So, number 2 would be Zelda. How, like, if there was a Splatoon, or not Splatoon, but if, like, there was a top 5 ideas from Nintendo to make franchises into a battle royale, I would assume they would go with Mario, obviously, because it's Mario's in tennis, baseball. Mario does everything.
Mario. He's an amazing guy.
The only
he even parties.
No. Here's the thing.
He does party.
The only
Mario's
game
my kind of man.
that Mario's never been in is an actual plumbing game.
I don't want to play a plumbing game.
In no game has Mario ever been an actual plumber.
If you give Mario a plunger, I am out of here. Yeah. I am donezo.
It's true.
So, with he's been a doctor, baseball player, basketball player. Daniel, we did I think you were in that video.
Wait, did you do?
Where he was... Yeah, the basketball where he was playing, it was cartoon Mario playing with realistic NBA players.
Oh, and it's GameCube. Super weird. Yeah.
So, you had super cartoony Mario and Peach and everyone, but then you had, super realistic actual NBA players that were, scanned to make it look even more... Anyways, weird stuff, Nintendo. That's, people didn't like that with Sonic. For some reason, they're making the new Sonic movie half live action, half animated.
Why are they making a Sonic movie in the first place?
Because Nintendo's making a Mario movie.
Here's something.
So Sega's
the director of Deadpool 1 is going to be one of the people in charge of the Sonic movie.
I'm already concerned.
Yeah. So, maybe there'll be a lot of lewd jokes, which is nobody really wants that, because especially if it's going to be half live action and then half animated, that gives everyone thoughts back to live action, or not live action, but the realistic looking human girl that Sonic was in a relationship with in Sonic 06.
Girl.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest complaints people had.
Because it's weird.
Yeah, and then it's
I mean, no shame to furries, but...
Yeah. No, but I remember I was watching a podcast where they were making fun of it, and it was around when YouTube first started getting big, there was a lot of people making their own live action fan Sonic movies, and it was talking he made a joke about it's this it's the average kid at school, but then he finds these sneakers that make him super fast, and then there's his buddy Tails who's really good at electronics. And it's trying to make a live-action Sonic movie work, and now they're actually doing it, which before it was just a meme joke, and now they're... Why? Why make a live-action Sonic movie? Anyways,
Ruining Mario...
Zelda Battle Royale. Sorry,
Zelda Battle
Mario's
Royale.
Next. Zelda Battle Royale. How would it work?
Link can't be in it. That's...
Link can't... I say put all the Links in it.
No.
Give us Toon Link, Skyward Sword Link,
I feel a Zelda Battle Royale would actually kind of work, because we have Hyrule Warriors, so if you kind of mesh the two together, I feel that's an actual thing.
So Daniel, were you thinking Battle Royale with specifically just guns?
No.
No, you don't have to do it with just guns.
No. You could do it with other weapons.
You
can kill someone with literally anything.
You have crossbows, bow and arrows. There is a rocket launcher in Twilight Princess.
That's true. That you don't get to use, but it's there.
But
my thought is that instead of Link and 100 Links, is you take the WoW approach. I can't believe I'm saying this out loud. But
the World of Warcraft, or just
sort of the character customization where you choose a race from any of the Zelda universe races. So you could choose your character to be a Goron, Zora, Gerudo, Hylian. I would imagine that they'd have different advantages and disadvantages.
The Rito and the Zora can't live at the same time.
No, both will be available. and then so your Hylians would be sort of your basic, your balanced character, whereas Gorons would be slower but stronger. And,
interrupting
that sort of thing.
Twilight, on the last podcast during the mailbag, we talked about our favorite designs of the Gorons or whatever, and we mentioned some of the Gorons have the volcanoes on their back.
Yeah.
How do they roll?
Uncomfortably.
Like they would like lean forward. They would get to like
the
heart.
That bump.
Yeah, and then they would just fall. Because like the point of the Gorons is like they have their round back. That way they can roll.
I'm sure they'd find a way.
But then like the lava would spill out of their back.
Yeah, there's like steam coming out. There's something in there. I don't know, man. This doesn't make any sense.
Is lava their blood?
Ew.
Their blood is lava?
Guys.
The floor is lava.
Trying to ruin all of the Zelda theories.
Hellhound in the chat says, I would buy that immediately. A Zelda MMO. This would kind of be an MMO.
What?
Like massive multiplayer online?
Yeah. This would be it would be very cool in my opinion. And, you know, you just
in that sense, this would be a Zelda MMO. Because there would be massive amounts of multiple people playing online. So it's literally the definition. It's just
it wouldn't be an MMO RPG.
Yeah, it would be.
But it would still be MMO.
All right. So if we can play as like Rito, Zora, Kakiri, Deku Scrubs, Gorons,
going all out,
Yiga Clan,
including the Scrubs.
Yeah. Well, because they can like go in and like pop out and then.
Oh, it's true.
Shoot
people. No, they can't have that then because then people will just camp in the ground.
Okay. Let's use Pokemon. Science on this.
Okay.
So is a Deku Scrub their bubble attacks?
I thought they shoot Deku nuts at you.
No, like in Majora's Mask.
You can shoot bubbles. Yeah.
In Majora's Mask, but like in enemy Deku Scrubs that appear in the games.
Would that qualify as a water attack?
I guess.
Because it would be like spit.
Be using its own water from its life force.
Yeah.
Maybe it sucks up water from its roots in the ground.
Well, plants take in water, so this works. So that would be a water attack, not a grass type attack.
I still think he would be okay if we had to give a Deku Scrub a Pokemon type.
It would be
I think a water grass type.
Yeah.
A grass type would be the primary, with water is secondary.
Yeah. So that would be its water attack.
Yeah.
And then like when it has the flowers that it spins with, the petals. So those would be like grass attacks, I guess. Or like its twirly thing that it does would be like grass type. I don't know. Anyways, I'm asking this because in Majora's Mask, if you're playing as Goron Link and you get into water, it's like an automatic KO.
Yeah.
And the same goes like if you're any other thing and you get in the lava, it's automatic as well. But the point is that I'm trying to make, would this make the Deku better of a choice than the Gorons?
I guess that depends on the battlefield.
If you can keep using the bubble water attack on the Goron. But then you have the question of like, if you're a Goron, maybe that would be the best. Because as long as you don't run out of magic, you can just roll around with the spikes, hitting everyone, and you're too fast for them to catch up.
It's true. But if you've got Z targeting, or L targeting, I guess, so you can see which game I grew up with. L targeting.
Yeah.
You just lock onto them and you shoot them with
There's so many different possibilities.
Bomb arrows. There you go.
All right,
that would be their weakness.
What kind of gameplay mechanics would you like to see in this? Daniel and I have been talking for a bit.
Yes.
So what about you?
Tell us things.
I don't know if you guys have been talking or arguing. I almost put talking.
Why not both? Talking.
That's
the new word.
Yeah, just describe your Zelda Battle Royale. Because, like, it started, Daniel said no links, and I said all the links. So
everybody...
You know what? I think that would be
everyone
great.
Is Link. I
think
like nobody.
All for one, and everyone was Link. That would be amazing.
No.
Especially because like, Link has so many different things that you can do with him.
I wasn't saying put all 100 people playing as Link. I meant, like...
Oh, okay.
Have the different characters. No, like have the different characters you can choose, like the Gorons,
well, when you say
the Zoras.
All Links, it sounds like
everyone
all
of
is
the different
Link.
versions of Links. So like you can choose between all of the Links.
Oh.
So you can have
yeah.
Majora's Mask Link with the masks abilities. You can have Fierce Deity Link, Skyward Sword Link. Maybe you get the Loftwing. Who knows? I think
that'd be cool because they have a lot of different items like throughout the different games, so that way you wouldn't really be matched up against the exact same Link.
Yeah, and then, yeah, like maybe even like throw in Hyrule Warriors Link.
Or if they just take the Hyrule Warriors approach, you know, you've got all these different characters that are different races or classes. Yeah. But then you just have a Link that is specific to this game. You know, the Battle Royale Link.
I still think we should have all of the Links.
All the Link? But it
all of the Links.
How many different Links are there?
Jeez, there's a lot. Like between 16 to 18 to 20. Between 15 to 20. That's my rough estimate. Zelda 1 and 2 Link. Link to the Past.
It's just because all of their item sets are so different. Like, I feel like it's totally plausible. Like, it's not like... It's basically just picking a different skin and a different item loadout.
CDI Link.
True.
No, like you could have CDI Link. You could have the animated series Link.
No.
you could have Captain N, the Game Master version of Link.
Oh my goodness.
Do you remember Captain N, the Game Master?
Yes, but I think that was supposed to tie into the Zelda cartoon, so it was the same Link, because they had the same actor voice him. But then they made him tougher looking.
I thought his personality was different.
Was it?
Like in the animated series, he was like the whiny pervert, but in Captain N, the Game Master, he was only slightly perverted.
I think they just toned it down, but it was supposed to be... I might be wrong, honestly. But my understanding was it was a tie-in, so it was like the same characters. I don't know. Who knows? None of it makes sense. It's not canon. It's not canon.
Captain N, the Game Master, isn't canon?
No.
What about the you could have the Game & Watch Link. So you could have like a little 2D black version of Link that only has like certain poses.
So Kayla, tell us more about your idea.
We haven't even gotten to the Mario idea. Oh, you mean about... You know what? Like I said, Hyrule Warriors style, all of the Links, all of the Zeldas.
Jesse's leaving.
He's gone.
No, come back.
You just straight up scared Jesse away.
I shamed him into leaving.
Well.
Oh no.
I have never seen Daniel leave this many Jesse leave this many times.
Oh no. What have I done?
Clearly, this co-host isn't.
He's back. He's back.
Welcome back, Jesse.
I went to Taco Bell while I was gone.
You went to Taco Bell in that minute?
How was the taco?
Actually, I haven't ate it yet. Yeah.
Daniel, I don't know how much closer you can get to your webcam.
Like
much closer should I get?
Guys.
Can you see my skin peeling?
Ew.
Oh dear.
Shaved Jesse.
Oh my. That is quite enough.
Done guessing on this.
And there's Goku and the different links and the GameCube and the RAM for my desktop. Because my desktop is taken apart down there. You can see my SSD lying in the floor.
Your broken computer.
My GPU broke, so... Yeah.
I'm glad at least Steve DiGario in the chat appreciated that little
moment
there.
Rip Jesse. Well, could be
Thank you, Steve.
Alright, so Kayla. Sorry about all the interruptions. Daniel needs to learn
I feel like I've said everything I need to say about this.
Right. Chill myself out.
Can we have the Link from Smash Brothers that does the yoga pose?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Twilight Princess.
Is this your important question?
Yes. Is that Twilight Princess thing?
Isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
In the commercial?
Yeah, he's doing that pose.
Yeah.
And then he like can't hold it, which is kind of surprising. I think he would be able to, because he stands in that one-footed dashing pose.
What?
And
for some reason.
He's a hero, like...
I don't know.
Okay. Nice.
I don't know.
Right. Are we ready to move to Mario?
Yeah, let's...
Yes, let's.
Let's talk Mario and see what kind of discourse we can start here.
Yeah, so the Mario example that I seen was basically making fun of Fortnite, saying 100 Marios drop from the sky or drop from an airplane to an island, and then all the 100 Marios just run around jumping on each other's heads. But I thought, no, this could actually be cool. You don't have to make fun of anything. You can just make a Battle Royale Mario where, like, instead of getting weapons, maybe there are tons of different power-ups all over the place.
Some shells.
So you get you get shells, the Tanuki suits, the boomerang hat guy, fire flowers, ice flowers.
There's one star in the middle of the
go-kart.
Mm.
Yeah, and then the thing about the star is, like, it's the only power-up, or one of the only power-ups that has, like, limited use, because it only works for, like, 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, for 10 seconds you're invisible, but if no one's around during that 10 seconds, sucks for you.
Yep.
What are some ideas that you would like to see for this Mario Royale, Kayla? Miss Chiblima?
Miss Chiblima. See, I'm worried because when you talk about it, you say 100 Marios.
Well, that was
our only option.
No, that was the joke that they made. Was 100 Marios running around jumping on everyone's head, because that would be wacky and crazy. But obviously, like, there'd be Luigi, Waluigi, Wario, Peach, Toads.
Well, my question is that of course they would have all of the items that we see in Mario games, right? Even Mario Kart. So how would the blue shell work?
Whoever...
Does it just, like, go homing on, like, one random person?
Maybe whoever's in first, like, whoever has the most kills gets hit.
Maybe.
But, like, it wouldn't be an instant KO. It would just, like, stun them.
Yeah.
For, like, 10 seconds. Because that would make it so that nobody wanted to be in first place.
Yeah, especially, like, that would be super OP.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, like,
so
it stuns them. So it gives someone a chance to kill the person in first place.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be dead. But then, like, if you have the horn or a star and you see the blue shell coming for you, then you're immune. So
yeah, exactly.
Who knows? But yeah, what are some more ideas, Kayla?
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I was thinking. Mario Battle Royale. It's hard to say because I feel like a lot of Battle Royale games are kind of very similar. So, are you guys okay over there?
Sorry, that's what you were doing when you were thinking. You're like,
I was just copying Kayla, and then I started copying Daniel. So
we were having a moment.
Yeah. Anyways, like I was saying, I feel like they're all very similar. Like, you can incorporate, like, all of the characters. Dry Bones for the win. Maybe incorporate, like, a couple of their different abilities and stuff that we see in, like, something like Smash Bros. So, for instance, like, Peach could hit you with a golf club. That'd be pretty cool.
Frying Pan was always my favorite, but
Frying Pan, classic.
Was there anything in Mario that would make you run faster aside from the stars? Like, wasn't there something you could get that would make you, like, sprint in 3D World?
There was the little flower thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the flower.
Fast.
So how would Cappy work? Would Cappy be an attachment of Mario? Would you have, like, an alternate Mario that gets Cappy? Is Cappy his own standalone person?
Like a power up? I don't feel like Cappy.
I would say he would be a power up to where, like, you can throw your hat and hit someone, but not take control of them.
No.
Like, you could just hit them with Cappy. but it would act the same as like the boomerang. Like when you get the boomerang hat and you can throw the boomerang and it'll come back. Like maybe Cappy is just like a reskinned version of that.
Yeah. I feel like if we're like looking at a variety of characters, like you're including Dry Bones, maybe Koopa Troopa, like you gotta leave Goombas out because they would lose. They would be the most useless characters to add in.
Yeah,
you could have all of like Bowser Jr. and all of the
Koopalings.
Yeah, the Koopalings.
Unless you want to be like a Goomba squad, but
would Donkey Kong be in the game? Is the question, because Donkey Kong is canon to Mario, but
yes, Donkey Kong would be in the game.
Yeah,
and then that would mean all of the Kongs would be in there, and then you could have like in Battle Royale you have the 50 versus 50 mode, so or in Fortnite, sorry. So in this Mario Battle Royale, maybe you have Mario versus Kong. So like Bowser, Mario, Luigi, Peach, all of these Mario characters versus K. Rool, Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, all of the Donkey Kong characters.
Although in that way, remember I mentioned actually before we started streaming. Aw, thank you, Gibbs. Anyways, before we started actually streaming, I was talking about how my boyfriend sent me a message and he was saying that like doing like just a Donkey Kong Battle Royale where you're all just literally going apeshit. Sorry for
fun level off the charts.
So yeah, like I think like that's not my idea, of course, for my Battle Royale game, but
yeah, strong
option.
So what about instead of like the Mario vs Kong? So you got like the good guys versus bad guys, basically. So like Mario, Luigi, Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, Princess Peach, the Toad Squad, and then you've got like Bowser, the Koopalings, Bowser Jr.
But Donkey Kong was the original bad guy.
Yeah, but that was Cranky Kong, canonically.
Was it?
Right? Yeah. And Donkey Kong, as we know now, is like Donkey Kong Jr., so he's a good guy. Cranky Kong's too old to do anything
Cranky Kong
anymore.
is just crazy all the time.
He's just nuts.
And
he's
then,
just the way he talks to his own kid.
So here's another thing. You have Mario plus Rabbids, where Mario and all the characters get guns. But Donkey Kong 64 gave all of the Kongs guns.
But Donkey Kong in Mario plus Rabbids has a boomerang banana.
So I think that's where things get a little bit messed up, because if you're playing a game and like all of them don't have guns, for instance, if there's a Mario Battle Royale, then you wouldn't want to mix monkeys with guns into the mix, because then that would just be unfair and overpowered.
Right, so either you take away their guns, or you give everyone guns. Now I'm starting to sound like a politician.
Well, I mean, either way, monkeys will always have a ranged attack because banana peels and feces.
Oh yeah, there would be all the banana peels that could like make you slip and lose a chunk of your health. So, yeah. All right. Any final thoughts on this before we move to our own unique ones?
All I've got in my mind is Donkey Kong.
All right.
It's all Donkey Kong.
Daniel, who is going to be... What franchise is going to be your Nintendo Battle Royale?
It's going to sound super unorthodox. Pikmin.
Well, see, when you mentioned that, I thought, like, I don't know if you can get... I don't know what the limit to Pikmin that you can have are, but theoretically, you could get 100 Pikmin anyways.
Yeah.
It's just like they're all on your team.
Yeah.
So if you could have a limit of like 50, say, make the limit 50 Pikmin. And then there are 100 different people playing.
That's too many Pikmin. I don't want to play. I'm done.
That's so many Pikmin.
Or like, is the limit actually 100 in the games?
It is.
Or does it change game to game?
I'm pretty sure it's 100 across the board.
So if there are 100 Pikmin and one main character, and then 100 teams, 10,000 Pikmin.
This is now that we're thinking about it. This is a messy choice.
This is a terrible idea, Daniel. No. Look at what you've
done. The big
done.
thing about the GameCube tech demo, Mario 128, when they showed it off, Which, by the way, there are interviews we talk about in our most popular video where Miyamoto says that Mario 128 was being worked on as an actual game, not just the tech demo. So that's another canceled Mario game, because we talked about the one earlier. But anyways, Mario 128, the tech demo, everybody, like, the big deal about it was there were 128 different Marios running around. I think there was 128. Anyways, like the GameCube rendering 128 Marios running around. Now think about it rendering, like, could the Switch render 10,000 Pikmin all individually running around?
Who is it for us to decide?
Does it have the processing power? Does it have
Maybe this is a game that will be potentially viable after the new Nintendo Switch is announced.
Oh yeah,
the new Nintendo Switch XL.
Sorry guys, this is just a rumor.
Tell us about your Pikmin game.
Okay.
What characters do you want?
We'll want to limit it maybe to, like, you have 10 Pikmin, not 100.
But there are enemies reasonable in the Pikmin series that take more than 10 Pikmin to kill.
But my question is if you're playing a Pikmin-style Battle Royale, who are the characters you're playing? Are you guys all playing Olimar?
Well, no, in Pikmin 3, we see there's 3 new characters that are, like, your player characters, right? Plus there's Louis. So they could all just be, like, that's race, you know, just whatever, weird, bland
bald
characters.
Children. Yeah.
Weird, bald, it's tiny astronauts that are this big. And you get your Pikmin. And I just think, first of all, I think that the levels would be really cool because everyone's tiny.
Yeah.
So you'd have, like, big. You could do a lot with that. I think it would be really cool. But then, thinking about a game of that scope, the objective-wise would probably be like a battle for resources, just because of the way Pikmin games play. Maybe even stealing each other's resources, and then just, like, whoever has the most of stuff when time is up wins the match, something along those lines. But I could see it being, it'd be very unorthodox for a battle royale game, but it could, if done right, could be really fun. So
I was gonna say, I don't know how comfortable I am with throwing Pikmin at people until they die. What are the Pikmin doing to these people, and why are they dying?
What if it was like
So I'm saying not maybe a battle to the death, but, you know, like, he's stealing resources, gathering things, that kind of stuff.
What if there are, like, say 10 to 20 main enemies roaming around? So then you have, like, the 100 teams or 50 teams or whatever, but then there are these, like, giant bad monsters, and you have to collect the resources and the different Pikmin to stop them. And whoever at the end of the game is able to do the most damage to or take down the most ends up winning. So it's like you can work together with someone to take down an enemy, but if you only, like, get 30 of their health down and someone else gets 70 of their health down, like 70%, then they get, like, you know, that 70, like, means points that they beat you. Yeah. Like, they, even though you both work together, they still beat you because they did more damage. So then maybe you take more time to get more, collect resources and get more Pikmin. That way you can be more of an asset for your team or whatever. Because you can go straight to the bad guys and try doing damage, but then it's like if you run out of resources, then you have to go back, and then someone else who already went and collected resources can, like, swoop in and take your kill.
You need to take the corpses of your enemies for the Pikmin to feed. Which produces more Pikmin.
So this is your...
Pikmin are morbid, I just realized.
Straight up disturbed right now. I don't...
Alright, Kayla, what do you think about Daniel's Pikmin Royale?
She hates it, I can tell already.
I think it's morbid. There's something seriously wrong going on here, but honestly, I can't say that my idea is any better.
Alright.
Oh, okay.
Are you done with yours? Wait. We can move on?
Yeah.
Alright,
let's
Kayla.
So, everyone will know that this is totally something that I would say. Animal Crossing.
I knew it!
Animal Crossing.
I knew you were going to say Animal Crossing.
I honestly expected Daniel to say, like, a Metroid Royale or something.
Oh.
Oh, that would have been cool.
That makes so much more sense.
Honorable mention.
What I said.
It's like, that makes so much more sense.
You could do
Daniel's
you could do
mind
like the
was blown
Federation
away.
troopers and stuff.
I intentionally kept Animal Crossing a secret from Daniel. He guessed it, but I didn't confirm it.
Your friendo in the chat says, of course she said Animal Crossing.
I know.
Prudom.
He knows that I like Animal Crossing. I actually really luck out. Prudom is watching right now, and so is my boyfriend, so thank you guys.
Luke in the chat says, not Splatoon? That was the first one we said. We're on number 5 now.
Yeah, sorry, Luke. We're moving on.
Yeah.
Go rewind.
Splatoon was the most reasonable.
Yeah, it totally made the most sense.
Yeah.
So
The rest of these are just like, if you presented all of these to Nintendo, Miyamoto would just be like, how did you graduate? So
how did you? So, Animal Crossing, where all the characters battle it out to the death. Tell us more, King.
I know, I'm like, here I am.
It's farming.
Daniel, how dare you with your Pikmin killing people? Yeah,
it's a
so when mine
farming
would be
Royale
animals fighting.
simulator.
Yeah. And I feel like because in Animal Crossing, there's like the cute type, there's the jock type, so they would have different abilities depending on the animal.
You would have to like. Are you all battling each other in this, or are you trying to get the prettiest house decorations?
I think that you're going to be battling.
We all know that the villagers are already death machines, as
Like-
seen in Smash. The villager
Yes.
is a terrible force to be reckoned with.
He is. Villager's like that OP person that you probably shouldn't pick, but you do.
Like that little kid, and you're always like, oh, he's a short guy. Like, you know, it's like that short guy in the wrestling team in school, and you're like, well, he's whatever. Nah, he's not threatening, but then he's this really scrappy guy who will tear you to pieces. It's always the little ones. That's Villager in Smash.
Losing Limo, if I pronounce that right in chat. Animal Crossing Taxidermy Royale. Thanks.
Oh.
Disgusting.
So it's the corpses that you're keeping trophies of
It's
your
not
enemies.
my idea.
Oh my goodness.
It's just-
Hooey. Is
I'm
taxidermy
sorry.
an industry that occurs in the Animal Crossing universe? That's my question.
No, I really no.
How to immortalize your friends.
I'm pretty sure that most of the apes in Animal Crossing could definitely tear off villagers' arms, though. Just throwing that out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they wouldn't. They think that he's, friendly. They
I feel
don't
like
see
the
it coming,
items
then-
in the game would be really weird, though. Like, it would be like pitfall seeds. Maybe, like, throw fruit at each other.
Axe.
Yeah, axe.
So,
Axe,
you have
yep.
to cut down trees.
Yeah, you
And to cut down your enemies.
Shovel, so you can bury your enemies.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're still screaming. Someone help me.
Is decorating a part of this game? At all?
I don't know. I mean, like, it could be. It could be.
What about the inescapable debt?
What about
That's
fishing?
the plot point of Animal Crossing.
The fishing, guys.
Mm.
You don't need to fish. You're just gonna use the fishing rod to, like, hook people in the eye
Now,
and probably kill them that
Is
way.
this going to be a tie-in with Labo?
Please explain
You can
how.
you can make a cardboard axe and put your Joy-Con in it so you can swing.
It makes sense. It makes perfect sense.
None of this
I'm
makes
gonna
sense.
start crying, Jesse. This is such a good idea.
Yeah. And you can get your red
We'll make
markers
millions.
and make fake blood on the blade.
Wow, this is terrible and morbid.
More so than the Pikmin eating everything.
I
Are
said
Pikmin
gathering
zombies?
resources.
Are Pikmin zombies, Daniel?
No, they're little demon creatures slash plant creatures. So I love Pikmin, but they are actually a
No,
scary thought.
Pikmin is good.
Pikmin is good, but if you think about it, like, they kill something and then they drag it back to their nest and feast on it, and it's just kind of like,
Well, why wouldn't they?
okay, this is
We
scary.
we have picked the two most adorable Nintendo games and turned them into battle royale style. What is wrong with us?
Why did we choose this topic?
We couldn't have picked a normal Nintendo game. No, we had to pick Animal Crossing and Pikmin.
Oh, I'm dying. Whew. Someone said Harvest Moon Battle Royale.
Is Harvest Moon Nintendo?
I know it's on. At least it has been on Nintendo systems.
Yeah.
Cameron also mentioned a Kirby Battle Royale.
We're just swallowing everyone.
Game. Isn't there a game literally called Kirby Battle Royale?
Let me see.
Isn't that actually just a Kirby game?
Harvest Moon is...
Wait, it is actually just a Kirby game.
Yeah, that's actually just a real Kirby game. That's Kirby Battle Royale. That's a real game.
Well...
And we didn't think of it.
Nintendo's done it already.
Yeah, 3DS. So I guess that brings us to the end of our top 5.
Whew, okay.
So everyone, in the comments below on the video, please let us know what you thought of this and what crazy, bizarre, wacky, insane, blood-fueled battle royale Nintendo game would you make? And we're ready for the questions. Are you guys ready for the questions?
Yep.
All right, I say we each take 2 questions. We can each pick 1 question from the mailbag, and then we will each take 1 question from the chat.